Hi, I'm Jeff the Junk Seller, and this presentation is going to be about a collection of medals that I found on Facebook Marketplace. This was on November 23rd, 2024. I drove out to Royce City from Canton. That's about a 57-mile drive for me. I had 120 miles on the odometer just on this trip to go see these medals, but I found them on Facebook Marketplace, and there were three British medals, and they. I didn't believe that these were silver. I believe that they were probably silver-coated bronze or pewter, potentially silver though. But I go out there and I see, I sent a message to the guy. He had them, I don't know, $110 was the price on one, and then 45 and 55 on another. But I sent him a message. I said, "How much for all three?" And he sent me back a message saying $150. Now, I was bored. I had a pocket full of money, so I took a drive out there to get a look at them. And this guy, as he pulled them out of his pocket, they were all in a bag together, and I could hear them clanking together. They were zinc. They were cast zinc copies, probably from the 1950s or 60s. And I believe that this guy was looking for a sucker. And I broke out a loop. I had a loop in my hand, a jeweler's loop, before he even started withdrawing the bag out of his pocket. But at that point, he told me that he thought that they were from the 1950s. He knew that they were copies from the 1950s. But I'm going to tell you that I think that this guy was actually out there trying to deceive somebody, because nowhere in any of his descriptions on Facebook Marketplace did it say anything about these being a copy, and they all had varied prices. Like they might have been had some kind of value, some kind of catalog value attached to them. These were probably worth anywhere from $15 to $30 for the three of them. And he had said something to me about he was going to take them to an auction house if he didn't get them sold. And I asked him what auction. He didn't tell me in messaging, but he did tell me when I met him at his garage sale. And he started. I asked him what auction house, just to see how much of a storyteller this guy was. And he ended up giving me a list of names of places, and one of them I recognized as being out on 23rd Street in Oklahoma City. And I asked him that, and he agreed that it was that place, and it was the sticker that was on the bag from either he got them there or he tried to run them on that crowd. But a lot of times I say that I've made more money declining bad offers. Another way that you can make a lot of money is to just avoid making bad purchases. And this guy, he was trying to get $150 for what I would have to fight like hell to get $15, $20 out of. And he I don't know whether he got somebody eventually, but I believe that those were his efforts. There should have been no reason that they should have had that much variation in the prices. Now, had they been authentic and been silver coated bronze or pewter, which is often the case in these old British medals, the British made an awful lot of medals, and just because it's from the 1600s or 1700s doesn't mean that it's going to have a extremely high value. Some of that stuff you can get for, under $100, maybe $120. Looking at the three medals that he had offered, I thought that if they were pewter or silver-plated bronze, that I could probably get about $400 out of them, and I was willing to pay $150 just to have them, because I have a whole lot of other British stuff. It's just easier to sell out of a collection than it is if you just have a single piece or a few pieces. If you have quite an assortment of British stuff, when you attract that buyer of British numismatic material. It's just better to have, 30 or 40 or 50 pieces. The larger your presentation, the more likely you are to make a sale. But instead, all I did was I wasted a couple hours out of my day and put 120 miles on the odometer. For me in that van, that's about $25 in fuel right now. But I just wish the guy could have been honest when I sent him a message on Facebook. But as soon as that clank happened, it would have had a deader sound than that. But I just one of the things that I'd like to, in case anybody is following my lead and thinks that you just buy stuff and you get to resell it, you do have to have a certain amount of knowledge to avoid fakes. And buying copies is not the way that you want to go. It is it's worth getting some background on that stuff. Join a coin club or something like that. Get some experience before you start dabbling in this stuff, because this guy he's out there looking for somebody to give him $150 for a handful of crap. But if you've enjoyed this presentation, please give it a like. If you view some of my other presentations, please subscribe. But that's it for this one. Thank you for viewing.